So, Redwan, for people who don't know, tell us a bit about yourself, how you got into boxing and how you found it so far.
I was in year 11, my cousin used to box and he was obviously doing really good in cadets as a junior, and watching him, he kind of obviously persuaded me to go into it and started boxing just to obviously do it for fitness a little bit and just keep me away from his stuff. And it just got to a point where my coach just turned around to me and was like, "Oh, you're doing pretty well. Do you want to obviously give it a shot in getting your medical and just having an amateur bout?" And I was like, "Well, if you think I can do it, I might as well obviously just go ahead and do it." And then I just got into it, had my first fight, won by a third round stoppage, in fact, yeah, and just got motivated from there, and I was literally just pushing myself since. And then just obviously after the corona and everything, we want to obviously get some titles before obviously turning pro. But after meeting Josh, and since he's obviously got his manager's license, we just thought we're just gonna obviously give it a try in pros and just see what's gonna happen. And since I've had like 3 professionals now, and the next one we're out in July 15th, I think. So we're doing pretty alright, and it's really good, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned your amateur career there as well. Obviously, you came into it a little bit later than some kids at around 16. So do you feel you had a little bit of catching up to do?
Yes. Obviously most of the boxers, they start at a young age. Kids, they get into it. For me, it was obviously I had to get into like catching up and all of that stuff. But it wasn't really. It didn't take me that long. But I was in Millennium, and we're meant to, as an amateur, you're meant to be really active and box a lot. But because I was doing really good, and I had first fight of mine was a third round of stoppage, second one was a second round of stoppage, third one, that one was a stoppage as well, and then obviously my fourth one I won Yorkshire titles, and just from there it was getting kind of really hard for me to get opponents through amateurs, because I was young as well, and most kids didn't want to box, they just want to obviously like get some sort of easy fights. But through that, and I've had like 20 plus, I don't know how many it's been, but it's been 20 plus amateur fights. And then after this, obviously, crisis of COVID and all of that stuff that happened, we just got really away from boxing. And then when we got back to it, the only option was to obviously for me to turn pro, because I was getting age as well. So I thought I might as well just give pros a shot before it gets too late. So yeah, it wasn't really a thing of to catching up with other fighters. I was really ready to fight anybody whenever they were getting me. I've boxed kids that I've only had like 5 fights, and I've fought kids that's had 27, 48, 50, and I've even fought some of the kids, George Davey, Jake Goodwin, and all of these kids, they were like, George Davey that I'm talking about, he's had 60 odd fights, and he was like,
Frank Warren, isn't he?
Yeah, he's signed with Frank Warren, and I fought him in semi-finals Yorkshire Elites, and I lost split decision, and I really took that as a big achievement, because he was like European champion when I fought him. He was European gold medalist, and I really thought I've won the fight, but that obviously didn't, the judges didn't see it that way. But I fought really good kids through an amateur career, and I think we've got a good future, and with the team that I've got, I think we're gonna go far. So yeah.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned about signing up with Josh. You're starting the pro game, he's only starting the promotions game. So what sort of attracted you to a start-up manager and promoter?
I was actually looking at like a lot of people. My cousin's really good. The guy that I got boxing from, he's really good friends with Johnny Nelson. So in a way, we're like kind of looking into. I was talking to him to get that thingy, can I obviously have a meeting with Johnny? And then obviously we had Ryan Rhodes, and we had Steffi Bull, and then all of these guys. But obviously my coach Ian Bainsey, who I'm with, he knew Mickey through like obviously long time through boxing and stuff. So we sat down and we were talking about it. So he was like, the best thing I think at this stage is like, let's just go with Josh, because obviously he's been there himself and he's done it, so he knows how the game actually works. So for him, I think as a manager, as a promoter and manager, he's got more to offer, because he's going to be like, he knows, and he's been in the position that we are now. So he's going to try his best to get the best for us, if that makes sense. Yeah. So obviously he's been there, so he knows what's going on. So I think that was good choice, and I think he's a good man, just through boxing or not. So I think I'm in good hands in terms of management, and obviously his dad as well. Good coach, brilliant man. We come in, we have the laugh and everything. It's what you want to be honest, in terms of obviously having a good team.
4 rounds of action. Your referee Andy Brooks starts the contest. 40 points to 36 for your winner. From his debut, Redwan Nishat.
Now, in terms of the professional ranks, how have you found the transition going from amateur and into the pro game?
First couple of fights, so obviously coming from amateurs, it's only 3 rounds, 3 minutes, so you give it 100%. It's 100%, 3 rounds. You just want to obviously, you throw it a lot. You're constantly busy, in and out. And in pros, first two, to be honest, the first one, I really treated it like an amateur, going in mad at it. And then obviously when I went second round in the corner, James Bainsey was literally just turned around. He was like, look, what are you doing? Just relax, because obviously you've got 4 rounds, and it's not you don't have to give it all, gassing yourself out. And then obviously it is slower process, and you've got to be very accurate, and accuracy, you've got to be precise. You don't have to rush it a lot. So training is obviously a lot harder. You've got to be prepared for anything that happens. Just oh, you're coming down, gym, you've got a sparring, you didn't know, but you've got to be really ready for everything. In amateurs, it is constantly ready, but pros oh, you've got a date, you're training through for that date, and it's obviously that training camp and all the sparring. It's just it's a completely different game, and I think I'm loving it more than amateurs, to be honest, because obviously we all training for that one date specifically. So it's just good. I'm loving it so far. So we don't want to stop here. It's just the beginning, to be honest. Yeah.
In terms of inspirations as well, is there any particular fighter who you look at and think, well, they really inspire me to push myself?
I don't really see it like that. It's just the sport itself that inspires me. It's just the sport of boxing. I really respect all of the fighters. I train in Steel City, and they've got some really good fighters. Obviously Charlie Edward, Sonny Edward, and all of these kids, world champions. I don't train with them, but obviously they are from the gym, so I see them around, and obviously it just shows how much they put into it. So to be there, you see them, and you're oh damn, they go through a lot of hard work and dedication, sacrifices. It's you see them and you're damn, it takes all of that to do it. So when they have done it, local lads from Sheffield, then obviously it is doable, but you've got to obviously dedicate a lot of stuff, sacrifice a lot of stuff, and just go and chase the dream. So to me, I don't really see that as a sort of inspiration. That fight I want to be like him. I don't really see it like that. But I do like Canelo, because I think he's just a bloody he's just a beast. Just don't get scared or nothing. But yeah, just the sport itself. Yeah.
Is there any, and again it's early days, but is there any particular ambitions that you've sort of set yourself?
All I want to say is nothing. It don't matter how many times I fail or whatever, I'm going to rise, and I am going to the end until something physically happens that stops me, or I see that, oh damn, it's not happening. But so far I feel I have got the ability, I've got the physical, everything to go ahead and don't stop. So I am giving it all, and I will until I can see there is something stopping me. So yeah, I want to go towards the end and have it all, hopefully, all being well, and obviously having a good team.
Excellent. Well, best of luck and with that, and with your next fight.
Thank you very much. It's 25th of July. Stay tuned, man. Yeah, thank you.